Good morning, everyone. Today I have with me Rucha Bapat to talk about D-Life course. It's going to be a great review. I am Asmita Atre, a D-Life certified metabolic health consultant. A brief introduction about Rucha is Rucha completed her IT engineering from Pune University in 2008 and pursued a master's degree in computer science at Syracuse University in the USA from 2009 to 2010. Since then, she has worked with various organizations as a software developer and is currently employed at Wells Fargo Bank in the Bay Area, California. That is where she has served as a lead software engineer for the past 10 years. She resides in California with her husband and their pet dog Rio. Outside of her work, Rucha is deeply passionate about music. She has been trained in Indian classical vocal music and is presently learning to play the sitar. She also enjoys spending time outdoors, especially going on trails and daily walks with Rio. Very interesting bio, Rucha. We are very happy to have you today on this podcast, and we would definitely love to hear your story as a low carb practitioner as well as student of low carb nutrition. So, what
Yeah,
made
thank you.
you study nutrition, and why did you opt for the D-Life Low Carb Nutrition and Metabolic Health Diploma?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. Hello, everyone. Currently I am all cured, but my story goes back like 5 years back when in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, I was diagnosed with endometrial cancer. It was grade 1 cancer, but totally unexpected. I had the history of PCOS earlier for a couple of years. I was getting treated for that, and we were actually going through the fertility clinic to try for the baby. And for basically they have some prerequisite tests that need to be done, but doctor could not do those because they saw something really weird in my uterus, and they suggested to do a biopsy. And within 10 days, I got the report that I had endometrial cancer with grade 1. I had a lot of symptoms. My periods were all irregular, had very bad pain, blood clots, everything. So it was not usual. I had asked the doctor earlier to do the cancer test earlier, but it was clear earlier, like 6 months back. And then it went in. I got diagnosed with grade 1 cancer. So I am an engineer. I don't have any medical science background at all. And I had no idea how I got into all this, like what led to all this, right? And 4 years before I got diagnosed, actually, I lost my father to cancer. It was a pancreatic cancer, and but he had also a lot of history about the liver issues. He had liver cirrhosis. Then it was gradually going very bad, and then finally in 2016 he got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and we literally had only 15 days uh, for any treatment, and we could not treat him at all, and we lost him. And around the same time, like in 2019 and 2020, my husband got diagnosed with he was pre-diabetic. Basically his HbA1c was 6.1. So now, considering all these things, that point in time I did not know like all this is related, all this is because of the metabolic dysfunction that is happening. So as a part of the treatment, first 3 months I had no progress shown on the reports at all. When I did my biopsy again after 3 months, the doctor said there is no progress at all. You may have to give up on your uterus. And I was not ready for that, actually. So we consulted a whole lot of doctors, and then only one out of, like, we consulted like around 8 to 9 doctors through, like, here and in India. And only one doctor, who is an Ayurvedic doctor in India, suggested me to cut down sugars, cut down as much as carb as possible. And that was very hard in the beginning for me because I have a sweet tooth. And it's like, it's our staple diet, right? Since the childhood, I was eating roti, curry, rice, and this is our staple diet. And if you are not allowed to eat that, it was a little bit harder for me because I had no clue about the science behind it, right? So but my husband actually and I did a lot of research starting 2021, January 1st, 2021. We completely cut down sugar. We completely like went on low carb diet. We did a lot of research on how this helps, how this will help me, and why it is necessary when you're going through the cancer treatment, because cancer survives on sugar, on carbs. Cancer
Right.
cells love carbs, love sugar, basically, right? So the idea was to cut down everything that either the direct sugar intake or the food items that will increase your blood sugar level, right? So we started with that. My husband was pre-diabetic at that time, so he started with that, and we started this on January 1st, 2021. We did our reports again in April 1st week, and my report was showing a great progress
Wow.
in cancer. So at that time, doctors mentioned, like, let's continue your treatment for 3 more months. I'm sure the cancer will be reverted. So that gave me a lot of hope. And at the same time, my husband tested the HbA1c again. His previous HbA1c was 6.1. Within 3 months, he came down to 5.1. So that
Incredible.
amazed us a lot, right? So
Yes.
it was like, yes, this is working. We did not really know the exact science behind it, why, but we knew that this is working out. And then we started continuing to watch a lot of videos again on keto diet, taking different supplements and everything. And then we continued with that. By July end, my cancer was completely gone. I still had some precancerous cells, but the risk for those converting into cancer cell was only 10%. So I had to get my endometrium back to normal. That was the only goal I had. So I continued with that. Within next year February, my report was completely normal, and then I continued with the keto diet. My husband continued with the keto diet, and it really helped us get our all our markers basically back to normal. Within this cancer journey, actually, it happened that because of the cancer medication, lot of progesterone hormonal pills that I had to eat, I had put on a lot of weight. Like in spite of doing the keto diet, I lost like 7 kgs in the beginning, but there was a stall in between, and with the medication, I was not going down. In fact, I gained like 3 kgs again. On my husband, there was no other, I mean, he was not having any other medication, so he was continuously losing weight, and he was at a particular weight where he was not going further down, and it was like normal because he was at a good weight at that time, no other issues, all the blood markers were fine and all. So for me, I started again adding a little bit more carb. We were on keto diet, restricting our diet like 30 less than 30 grams per day, but I started increasing it more. And then I saw I started losing a lot of weight because I was off the medication also. But then after 6 months, because I was having a little bit more carb intake, uh, I again became precancerous. That stage again happened. So then
Mhm.
it was a clear sign that that does not help you. Like eating a lot of carbs does not help you. Then I came back to keto diet again, started with the medication, and for last more than 1 year now, I'm off the medication. I have normal reports, and I am eating low carb food along with my husband. So that was my whole journey. And then last year around this time, like in December 2024, I was actually planning to come to India for an Ayurvedic treatment called Panchakarma, just to clear off everything.
Mhm.
And I did some Panchakarma here in the USA, but there was one step that cannot be done here, so I had to come to India. Around the same time, I saw the post from Mandar on LinkedIn about LCHF and how he is helping everyone like reverse so many metabolic health disorders, right? So I contacted him. I met him in India and told him the whole history. And I started the consultation with him. And in January, I started like talking to Mandar and taking all proper LCHF diet again. With I told him like I was on keto diet earlier and what changes I still need to do, what was I doing wrong then, and what can be improved. And he helped me a lot in that. And so, looking at all these things, like my husband was pre-diabetic, I had cancer, my father had cancer, my grandfather actually had Alzheimer's and Parkinson. So I was relating everything, like all this relates is related, and how can I resolve this, and how I don't want to get back to that pre-cancerous or cancerous stage at all, right? So for that. That was the right time when I started consulting someone who has a whole lot of knowledge in it. And I talked to him, and he suggested if you are that much interested, please go ahead and register for the course, and you will get to know why did you get all these things in the beginning. So that's how I landed up there, and that's how I started. I was very much interested, and I wanted to do this course and get certified.
Exactly, as you rightly said, D Life answers all the questions related to why and how, related to any kind of metabolic dysfunction that uh, is prevailing. And particularly if you yourself have suffered, your family ones have suffered, then you have a lot of questions, and those are definitely answered by this course. So, now having completed the course, what are the things that have impressed you the most about it? I mean, about the content and the delivery and everything. You can talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Everything actually. So when I started with the course, it does not really jump into the science directly, right? It
Yes.
specifically gives you the history of humankind, basically how we evolved, and what was our staple diet then, and what was working for us, and how it is useful, and how it is correct for the human digestive system. So it starts from there. So it gives you all the background, and when you start learning slowly about the whole human system, the biochemistry of all the humans, then you start understanding, and then you relate everything in it. The material is really good. It's organized really well, and there are a lot of materials outside, like the references given outside also, which give us the evidence of how that is correct and why that is correct. And so many people like around the world are doing so many researches about this, why low carb is really helpful for us. And when you see all those evidences, when you see all those videos and papers published, you get a lot of confidence, and you know that you are in the right direction. So that's what I like a lot about D-Life. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you rightly said, it's totally evidence-based science that the course talks about. So it's not anything hypothetical or anything just out of the mind. It is
Correct.
proven scientifically. So it's evidence-backed thing that is taught in a very methodical way. Very important point it is. So, what do you think about the support at DLife and about its resources, which are the biggest in the world, particularly the forum and the community that DLife has?
It's really good. The reason for that is specifically for Indians, right? Our staple diet from the beginning for so many years has been carb based, like high carb diet. So if I myself had asked in the beginning, if I cannot eat rice, if I cannot eat roti on a normal day, what can I eat, right? That it's like the major part of our plate is like rice and roti and some curry and something. So protein and fat is like very little in our plate. So I always like a thing about D Life, that there are so many recipes that are out there, and so many ingredients that are good for your health, like considering the protein, fat, and carb ratio. And whether you are a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian does not matter. We have so many recipes that are going to help, because the first question that comes or gets asked to anyone is like, if you're telling me not to eat this, then what shall I eat? And that is one important thing that is out there, that we have so many recipes that are out there, and that helps a lot. You have that satiety feeling always, and you don't feel like I'm missing something in my plate. I don't even remember last when I had rice, and I don't even feel like eating rice because I had enough other things in my plate. The other thing is like that the forum is very helpful because all the people who are experiencing some of the other challenges in their life, or or they are treating, or they are helping others, they are actually writing all the things on the forum, like all the real life cases are being discussed there, and that is very much useful because something theoretical versus something practical is very useful. That everything practical is out there on D Life, and that is what impressed me a lot.
Exactly. So the recipe part and particularly the versatility of the recipes is something that Delife offers, and it's the biggest USP of this entire forum and community that Delife has built. So now
Mhm.
that you are legally certified, are you also handling clients at the present? And do you think that the course fees that you have paid are worth it totally?
Yeah, completely worth it. Definitely. I mean,
Mhm.
to be very honest, when I registered for the course, I did not even pay attention to, oh, is the fee high or low or not. I just wanted to
True.
learn things because I experienced the worst phase in my life, and I don't want anybody else to go through that. Prevention is always better, right? So it's totally worth it, definitely worth it. And yes, I'm starting, I just completed the course like this week, so I'm definitely going to start handling the cases because I went through so much, and many people see me like daily, and they see the transformation in me, both like physically and everything. Like everything has changed in my life for last 3 to 4 years. So people really ask me, how did you get to this point? Like we have seen you in a bad phase, and now you're in a completely different situation in your life where we see a lot of positive change in you. So what is the reason behind it? And we definitely would like to know. So I'm sure people are very much interested in it. So I'll take it a little bit slow in the beginning, but I'm definitely going to help others, whoever wants to get helped.
Very nice. Yours is a truly inspiring story, I can say. Inspiring is a small word to describe actually whatever you have narrated on this podcast right now. So, I think you will be having a biggest message to give to any prospective enrollee that the sufferings end here and the new life begins when you learn the true science. So, what I would like to know it from your own words. What is the message that you would like to give to any prospective enrollee for this course?
Yeah, of course. Definitely go for it. The reason for that is we
Mhm.
see everybody around us, like all our family, friends, people who you know, who you work with every day, and everybody is complaining about some of the other things. And if we know what are their complaints, it's all related to metabolic health. That's what, after learning all this in a course, I can totally relate to that. So it's
Mhm.
a need of today's world that we have to pay attention to our health because it's going down. Everybody, each and every person is going through some or the other challenges, not exactly like mine, like, but it's definitely some of the other challenges are there. And it's, if somebody wants to really know why, what is the reason behind it, and correct the disorder at the right time, this is the place to come. You will know it scientifically, because our generation, our next generation always looks for the scientific answers for everything. We don't accept everything like, if somebody says you do it like this, we always have a question of why to that.
Right.
So this course definitely gives the answer to why, and once you know it scientifically, you will never go back to your what we are doing right now. We will always follow the correct path. So definitely, if you want to do something good about your life, your loved ones, go for it. You will definitely see a whole lot of change, and you will definitely learn a whole lot of new concepts in here.
Very rightly said, Rucha. When you have answers to your questions like why and how, that is the most convincing stuff that anybody can tell you, and that is what exactly D Life course does. So
Mhm.
great to have you, Rucha, on this podcast today. And I wish you all the best in your own health journey as well as a newly certified metabolic health consultant. Thank you for joining us today. I wish you all the best. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much, Asmita. It was nice talking to you.